Libraries are facing a shift in tradition that they were once built on. Patrons are invested in finding information independently and are changing the ways librarians operate. With bookstores having proven to be an excellent way for patrons to browse, public libraries are implementing the BISAC system to help patrons browse on their own. Patrons are looking to Google to find information that they had once came to librarians for. With patron independence on the rise, it is important for librarians to gain insight into the BISAC and Google trends. BISAC stands for Book Industry Standards and Communications. It was created by the book industry and made up of 50 major descriptors with a list of subheadings for each. Some examples of major descriptors are history, romance, and science fiction. BISAC is not about challenging the Dewey Decimal System. It is more focused on user's experience when it comes to finding material. According to an online survey taken in August 2009, 100 public librarians found patrons had difficulty in finding nonfiction, and their inability to find materials was related to 3 factors: having trouble understanding the online catalog, feeling intimidated by classification systems they don't understand well, wanting to go straight to the correct shelf without looking anything up. 1.5 librarians believe patrons found call numbers too complicated, and a third felt shelving categories don't pull together topics in the way patrons want to browse. BISAC is a solution to Dewey Decimal System inability to provide browsability amongst the stacks. At the time the Dewey Decimal System was created, patrons were not allowed into the stacks. The librarians at the time were the only ones trained to use the Dewey Decimal System. They went into the closed stacks and selected materials for the patrons. BISAC, meant to draw the patrons into the stacks and boost independent searching, is another idea being borrowed from bookstores. Libraries were already drawing many ideas from bookstores, such as book displays, comfy chairs, places to read, and coffee shops. BISAC is gaining a foothold in smaller libraries and elementary school libraries. Smaller libraries are able to easily implement the system due to fewer materials needed to be retrofitted and not bogged down with certain areas with similar titles. In academic libraries, there are many hundreds of books regarding the Civil War. However, in smaller libraries, there may be a third books on the topic. Elementary schools are especially enjoying the benefits of BISAC. According to the article, "Our Dewey Days Are Numbered," children do not learn decimal points until the 4th grade. So having children attempt to find books under the concept that is new does not make sense. Under BISAC, children can easily grasp subject meaning and find things on their own. Schools are also giving themselves more leeway when it comes to assigning subject headings for their sections. They utilize the teachers in order to fit the headings to the curriculum. One school in New York came up with the METSI system, similar to the BISAC system. The advantages of using BISAC over Dewey include the ease of browsing. Patrons want to be independent. Therefore, easier browsing means they do not have to ask librarians questions. The disadvantages of using BISAC over Dewey are still making librarians nervous about the switch. Retrofitting old records has been a challenge that many librarians are not yet up for. Some also wonder if students are taught BISAC in elementary school, can they transition into higher education library systems? BISAC also stipulates that each section must have at least 15 titles. If this criteria is not met, then those titles would have to be shelved elsewhere. Some libraries who are interested in implementing the BISAC system do not have a large enough collection to meet such criteria in some areas. Librarians are also facing a challenge of patrons turning to Google to answer all their questions. However, with the ability of amateurs to create false or misleading information, Google searches can be detrimental to the patron's search for information. It is important for librarians to stress to their patrons that information found through Google is not always accurate. Librarians can help alleviate some inaccuracies by linking vast websites on their web page so patrons can easily access them, and by making those websites user-friendly. Since Google searches are riddled with advertisements, librarians should find ways through classes and programs to inform their patrons how to access accurate information. Patrons may also be unaware that not everything is available in digital form. For example, a lot of the special collections are only available in print and can only be viewed at the library. One reason why everything is not available digitally is because of copyright issues. Some patrons find that searching the web is fast, easy, and provides immediate access to information. However, patrons searching the Open Public Access Catalog, or OPAC, find it intimidating, counterintuitive, and confusing. The ability to search the OPAC is a big concern. Patrons may not know which terms to search when using the catalog to find relevant results. This can be redeemed by programs offered at the library. If the library had a catalog search class, patrons could start learning how to better access information through it. In the world of instant gratification seekers and independent thinkers, librarians have to work harder to stay relevant. By examining ways in which the library catalogs can better serve the patrons, librarians may just have a fighting chance.